So thank you. Until a perception we hold subconsciously is challenged, we may be unaware that it is our perception. The perception may ride along in our blind spot, wholly undetected, until we unknowingly change lanes in the path. The blind spot. That's, for me, coming to Skills for Life class will assist me to locate the blind spot. Locate, honor, release, resolve. Yes. Um, Next slide. The next one's kind of tacky, but but at the same time, she's lost a very dear puppy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, perceptions of which we are unaware can cause pain in our lives, which is the first clue to look for the hidden messages, patterns, and discords. Whatever causes us discomfort is a message to look for the misperception of what is real and what we can do to bring our lives back into focus and balance. Next slide.
Poor puppy.
Yes.
Oh.
So I spoke about the mirror. Your perception of me is a reflection of you.
Wow.
It is another way. There's a quote that I learned, which every time I am disturbed, no matter what the cause, there is something wrong with me, no exceptions. I am responsible for reacting negatively to it. I choose what happens within me. I create my reality. I judge others. I judge myself. It's my insides by their outsides. When a person this one always got me. When a person disturbs me, they are my best teacher. I learn the most from them, and in my heart, I want to thank them. I would usually choke on the thank them.
Yeah.
But when a person disturbs me, they're my best teacher, and I learn the most from them and in my heart want to thank them.
Paige and
I need to thank them.
Yeah. I have a comment here.
Okay.
Paige and I on Tuesday were talking about on Netflix, there's a movie called The Shack.
Yes.
And I had read the book, but that is a profound movie on teaching you about perception and judgment. I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. And bring the tissues. It's that good.
Yes.
Is it like the house type shack?
The
like
shack
the love
is a
shack?
place. No, it's a place where this guy's daughter, he lost his daughter. So, and he goes there and speaks with God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost. It's pretty profound.
SHACK shack?
SHACK, yep.
Yep.
On
Okay.
Netflix, yeah, it's good. Thanks for letting me say that.
Kind of feeds into what's coming.
Yeah.
Next slide. So looking at our perceptions. So aligning perpetual perceptions. Can you picture yourself in different places? Suzanne, You had quite an experience in Yuma. You were talking about landlords.
Yes, and I actually texted, um, help, my hair's on fire, to Linnell.
Yeah.
Yes. And she answered back with all kinds of good rainbows, and
Not
it
sure
did
what's
help.
going on, but we're sending you all the positive vibes and energy
Yes, I
to take
needed
care of
them.
it. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So we're
I'm
going to
too
look at
trusting. Too trusting. Yes.
so this exercise is to look at our world through different emotional glasses, looking at a world with fear, but also looking at it with gratitude, and then looking at it with 2020 vision. So each of you, can you think of a place? Where do you think of a place? Um, I was trying to think where do I spend a lot of my time driving, or I'm in the kitchen cooking, or if you're Linda, you're out picking blueberries.
Yep.
But wherever it may be, think of a place. And we're going to see our world through emotional glasses. Our perception is based on emotion. So we're going to put on some emotional glassware. And you're going to use that imagination to expand these perceptions. So think of your imaginary glasses. Um, and put them on, and look at your world for 20 seconds with through the eyes of fear. Oh, what's going to come next? I can't, maybe fear I won't do it right, and unworthy. Um, I'm I'm not enough. Those negative, cancel that. Feeling like you're not enough. Looking at my world through the emotional glasses of fear, unworthy, getting ready to switch lenses. Maybe you have a different pair of glasses. Mine are great big now. And look at your world with love, through love and through gratitude. What was the good thing that happened? What could you be thankful for? I know you want to stay there, but we're going to take off those emotional glasses and use your 2020 vision. And 2020 vision to me is just looking, it is what it is. Acceptance.
Kind of like an observer.
Can be.
Being
Yours may
objective.
be.
Yeah, being objective.
Yeah.
So look at it as an observer. objective. 2020, all is balanced. And finishing up those thoughts.
So
Okay.
are you asking for examples?
We are in discussion. So, are there times in your lives that require the wearing of the emotional glasses? What did you see?
I don't know. Sometimes I get emotional looking at the sunset. You
Well,
know, it's just
that's
so
true.
beautiful. I don't really try to just observe it with 20/20 vision. I let myself feel about it. If it's something that I feel has a negative frequency, then I want to depend on my 20/20 mental mind just to help me observe it and be objective. And if I can get to I call it the sweetheart message of whatever is happening. And I've had some pretty low moments and gotten to the sweetheart message of it. Sometimes it takes a little time, but it's all good.
It's challenging when the fear glasses come on.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody comes to us, or a child comes to us when they made a choice that they regret, and the fear is that, oh my, what are we going to do about this, or how is this going to change our lives, and then instead of and then it's hard to make an objective,
Yes.
to be able to be comforting, or just to, so if somebody's upset, get them calm down again. It's
So, Alan, hard to be objective.
well, it is when you feel like someone's taking something from you, like they're taking away from you. Maybe they're not going to be able to be with you as much as they used to because they have
Yes.
to you have to go live somewhere else for a while, and like anyway, there's all kinds of situations like that sometimes.
Yes.
Who's my yes?
Suzanne.
Any other
Yes.
comment with that, Suzanne?
Yes, I would contemplate a change in my job in order to benefit my family financially. And I would call my mom, and she would always say, well, have you ever had a job you couldn't do? And I would think about it and say, well, no, it was difficult and I had to learn new skills, but yes, I was able to do it. And she said, so you just have to forge forward if that's your choice. Yes. And I've had to help a lot of family members, not my family, but patients' families, when they were in fear of or uncertain about the outcome for their child or their spouse, and reassure them that there were steps that they could take and patience to help their loved one recover or meet a goal. So, yes, um,
That's a
the
big one.
fear. Yeah, the fear is difficult.
So I'm going to tell on Amanda a little bit. She went to a big training in July, and the first night was kind of scary and hard. And then by the end, she had a completely different experience of it. So can you hear me, Amanda? Are you on?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So that was kind of one of these experiences where at first you thought, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? And it ended up by the end feeling different. Would you say that's right?
Yeah.
Is there
I think
anything
that was
else you
part
want to
of the
say?
challenge.
Yeah, say about that
I think that was
experience.
part of the challenge of being there, is that they encourage you to get beyond your masks and your facades and everything that you do. So the first day is rather intense in that way. Like she was saying. And then as we're able to take a look at that and uncover who we really are, and who we really are, we are divine beings of light. We are the divine offspring of a God, and in our human forms, we are all the beautiful possibilities. And so, yeah, I definitely went in with a type of glasses, and then the next day, a little different, and then by the end, it was a lot clearer why I went in the first place.
Yeah. Do you mind sharing who you are? Because when you told me, I thought it fit perfect. They have you make a statement, right, about who you are. You want to share?
Yeah, they call it a contract, and then there's a second part too. So mine is, I am a creative, enthusiastic, inspirational woman of light. By being a creative, enthusiastic, inspirational woman of light, I bring bravery, trust, radiance, and abundance, creating connection, beauty, and love. And so it is.
Awesome. And
Beautiful.
yes, you are. Isn't that
Very
great?
beautiful. Yes, I like that.
Thanks for sharing that. I just had to tell on you because it was so
Yeah,
awesome. Told
no
it to me.
problem.
I was like, yeah, perfect.
Different glasses. Um, anyone else? Or Anastasia?
Share.
Yes.
It's kind of a weird way to think of it, but I was just talking
I
to
like
my
weird.
mom. I think it's like, yeah, it's kind of a stretch, but I was just talking to my mom earlier. We were talking about jobs and how um I'm working a part-time job right now, and when I first started, it wasn't really what I expected, and there were some things I really didn't like. And I was saying how it was strange that I was very open right away with the things I wasn't happy with, which normally I wouldn't do, because a lot of times when you start a new job, you're like, well, I really need this job. I can't just complain or, but I was in a situation where it's like I had different glasses on, where I wasn't feeling fear of what would happen if I lost the job. So I was more willing to like speak out to what I actually wanted and expected in the job. Like, I was like, I don't want to be miserable. I don't need this job that bad. It's part-time. I'll be okay. I'll find something else. And it definitely kind of made me think of this. Like, normally maybe I would have let fear run it, like fear of, well, I can't lose this job. How am I going to pay my bills and feed my kids? And so it really helped that because I didn't have that fear, I was able to say what I needed and expected and wanted in that job. And I got it. Like, they were like,
Woohoo!
"Oh, yeah, it worked out fine."
That's awesome.
Nancy,
Wow.
since you since you called me out.
Yes.
This it actually similar happened to me actually yesterday. I took on this client in San Francisco, and the job request said she likes to go for walks, and I was like, oh, I love walks in San Francisco, so I'll do it. And when I got there, she's Italian, an older Italian lady, and she just seemed really particular, and which is okay. But initially I was like, oh gosh, she's gonna be so hard to handle for the whole entire day. And by the middle of the day, you know, we were doing some things and walking, and then by the end of my shift, she was like, I would just love for you to come back. And I was like, I would too. And we just had like the greatest time. And I regretted even thinking that for a minute, but sometimes I got to change my own, you know, glasses, so to say,
Yes.
on what's going to happen. And if I just change my own attitude, it'll change as well. So, yeah, so I'm probably gonna go back there on Monday now and Wednesdays, but yeah, it was, yeah, kind of a similar to like what Amanda was saying, so.
Cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Got time for one more. Somebody else want to share? Okay. So, we, go ahead and shift to the next slide. Reframing. So we're looking at emotional filters, and being in that fear and unworthy, the fear and unworthy emotions affecting our way of looking at things, and the reframing, which is something that I'm still learning how to do. So I wanted, let's work, you can help work this with me. So think of the perceptions that we make, whatever pictures our mind desires. And if you don't like the perceptions that we have, we can reframe those perceptions into more powerful beliefs. So think up a couple of limiting beliefs. I say a couple because if somebody takes the one you were going to say, you can use another one. A limiting belief would be like the example where I feel outspoken. Because we're creative, I'm skipping the am. So I feel outspoken. I feel selfish. How you can, I feel fear. I feel unworthy. I sometimes feel panic. I'm not going to, it's like, I feel like I'm going to fail, or I feel like you'll be disappointed in what I give you. And so think of along those lines, and let's see. Somebody give me a limiting perception, and then let's see if we can together can find a positive, a new powerful perception. Like I feel outspoken, to rephrase it with I have important ideas to share. If it's I feel selfish, I take time to nurture myself. Dawn, do you have anything?
I can't get past I feel stuck.
Okay, I feel stuck. What's a more positive way of phrasing it?
I'm still here because there's something I'm learning.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
it is.
And when I feel stuck, I ask myself, what am I unwilling?
What are
Because
you
stuck equals
unwilling?
unwilling, according to Wayne Dyer. So I try to look for where am I unwilling? What am I unwilling to do, to change, to whatever? And that will usually knock you out of stuck.
Yes.
And one of my favorite prayers is, God, give me willingness to be willing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used that with the ex-husband. To get rid of resentment, you pray all the best for them. It's the last thing I wanted, but I wanted to move on with a new relationship, and I was like, fine, I'll do it. Give me the willingness to be willing. It worked. Anyway,
A willingness to be learning.
That's
Linnell, what did you say exactly again?
what did I say
Yeah,
about being stuck?
yes, the opposite.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I'm still here.
What am I
I'm still-
unwilling? Yeah, what am I unwilling to learn? Or
What
Okay.
what do I
am
still
I
need to
stuck?
learn?
Yeah, am I stuck because I'm still learning something? I'm still here because I haven't learned what I need to learn. And then the second part was, I just want to look at what you're unwilling. When you feel stuck, what are you unwilling to do, to change, or to be?
Good. Thank you both.
to do, change, or be. Boy, those, okay. Her awesomeness.
That's
Do you-
Paige.
Can I
Yeah,
come
there you
off
are.
mute? Here I am. Here
Yeah.
I am. Yes.
Do you have a limiting perception?
I'm making a note of something Linnell just said. A limiting perception, it's weird because mine's not like an I am or an I feel. So I'm not sure if I'm going in the right direction, but you can help me
You are.
tweak. Is I have difficulty earning money.
That one hits home.
I think there's a few relating. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably, or yeah, I have difficulty earning money, or it's hard for me to earn money. Or I don't earn the money I need, any version of that.
I have somebody else's thought on it. This one's Deepak Chopra, if you want to hear it.
Sure.
Lack of money is always a self-esteem issue. So it's, what do you feel that you deserve? What can you receive? And if it is a self-esteem issue, where am I not loving myself enough to, because I really believe that, and again, this is the book of Gal, that God always says yes. So if we want and need more abundance in our lives, okay, where are we lacking the ability to receive it? Do I feel I deserve it? Do I feel like it has to be hard? Can't it be easy?
This is,
Can't let money come to me in unexpected ways?
I hope I'm not monopolizing time, so please let me know if I do. It's interesting because I can let money come to me through gifts very easily. But it's the earning. It's the coming to me for something I've done. So I think you're right on the head with the self-esteem issue, and I think maybe the belief is something like what I do is not good enough.
See, that's what you want. Ooh, blink it out. Let it go. Here we go. Let that go. Because we all have really, really good things to say and to do, and we all deserve it so much.
Maybe
So
that's,
it's-
maybe that's the belief that I do is,
And you do good things and you make a big difference. Think about if you don't mind me sharing, you love
Go for it.
music. You love music. You play music on Sunday and you enrich people's lives so
Mhm.
much. Okay. You've
So-
got to believe that you enrich people's lives, not just with music, but with your positive conversations, your coaching, whatever it is that you're doing that is earning money, whatever it is, it's you saying, I deserve this. I'm good at this. And I'm a good one is a really good statement because you take one O out of good and you got God. Okay. I'm that close. I'm just that close to receiving my good. And I'm that close to my God, meaning my spiritual process. And
Yes.
I love that. So that's not all me. That I study, you can tell. I love to read of good books and study things, and then I use them in my own life, and I think about that. That's where both of my comments have been other people's stuff. So don't think I'm the grand wise one at all. I'm not.
So
But,
to summarize, it started with difficult earning money. And so where there's difficulty, and it can, the first place I could start to turn something around is it comes easy. And then you brought out the lack of money from
yeah.
Deepak
So just the
Chopra.
belief that you have to work really hard in order to have abundance. I know that people believe that, and we've been taught that if you work really hard and you know, all of this, and not everything is by the sweat of your brow, so to speak. We can receive good things in our lives. We can do good things with and for other people. And it's a self-esteem inside, knowing that you deserve it. You deserve, and we all deserve to be forgiven for the crappy things we've chosen to do in the past. And we deserve to have the chance to make a new choice. And if you have that perception on it, that that's possible, it makes your life and everybody around you makes their lives better too, I think.
Yes.
Is there anyone that has another? I'll take two more limiting perceptions.
Well,
You
I
want me to
have
call on
one.
you? Go ahead. You go ahead.
For me, I think I have to be perfect to get something started. I have a lot of creative ideas, a lot of things, and it's good when I do it, but then I feel like it's not perfect, or I have to get everything right and everything in its place to get started. So that I think that holds me back on a lot of things that I truly want to do. So I think that's a
Yeah.
limiting. I have to be perfect to get started, or even
Yes.
though it's good anyway, but I don't know, it's just some block there.
Like self-doubt. Yeah. Getting started. Yeah. And doubting your ability, or wondering if you have all the materials to make it work.
Yeah,
And
maybe a fear of how it's going to work out, or
right,
fear that I'll
not
be able
wanting to be a failure.
a
Yes.
fear that I would handle whatever I do, because a lot of things I do is in my opinion really good, but I feel like if I get something started, can I handle that, and do I want to handle that? Because I like to go and play, and then I like to do serious things and then go and play as well. So I want to, or maybe a fear of not having my freedom anymore if I commit to something. So I think I have a lot of stuck I have a lot of issues around being stuck on committing to one thing.
Now,
Or
Cheryl,
yeah.
do some
Yes.
positive. Do it. Give me some positive statements on that.
Hmm.
Do you need help?
I
I'm
trust in the
confused.
process.
I'm confused on what the initial the perception is. Can you put it more into one sentence?
I think I'm trying to
Cheryl, you
figure it
were
out
talking
myself.
about how it must be perfect to get started.
That's where we started, but then it came to kind of being stuck doing things. It morphed.
Done everything. Give me,
Yeah.
mainly,
It's morphed because I'm trying to figure it out in my
Right.
head. I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, maybe this is the fear of not being able to handle what I do start. Like I'm making some natural products and the products are good, but then I'm stuck at, just stuck at a different points. I just keep do a little bit more, but I just won't do it all together and make it happen.
more
Or
me
I'll
some
start
positive statements.
I might choose
positive.
to say it's okay for me to be spontaneous and try something on. I don't have to worry if I make a choice and I jump in that way, because if I don't like it, personally empowered people just choose again, right? I'm not stuck. So don't believe you're stuck. And you can be spontaneous and try some things on and move forward if you need to. And whatever you do like, keep it. Say, oh, I like that. I'm going to keep that. And it will morph as you go, of course, because it's a new thing that you're trying on. But I think for me, what I'm hearing is spontaneous. The fear of being spontaneous. So I say to you what the novel Dune says, fear is the mind killer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to fear. If you don't like it, you can make a new choice. Try it on, like you do when you shop for a coat, right? You might try on 50 coats, but you might only buy one or two. Well, if it's me, you buy one. But you buy one, but it doesn't mean you can't try on those other ones and then, really go for it. Keep what works.
Yeah, I'll settle where it fits.
Yeah.
Can I add a little something?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've just recently, thanks to Betsy, that we all know and love, have gotten a little into human design. And part of my human design was that it's like it fits me more to have many different interests and not necessarily have one thing that I like grew up knowing I wanted to be, and it's making me think of you, Cheryl, where you're afraid if you stick to this, like you're gonna have to commit to and not be able to make a different choice. And it talked so much about how like society trains us to think that's how it has to be, and that if we're not that way, we're somehow a failure. That if we choose something else or have many different life interests, that we're somehow failing. And it's just so not right. And it's part of your human design that's what makes you happy and brings you joy and makes you you. And so I just thought I'd throw that out there because from what I read about myself, that was part of my human design too, which fits because I've had many different paths and things in my life and always thought, man, I'm just such a failure. I can't seem to stick to one thing. And now I know, no, it's exactly how I was meant to be.
Yeah, everybody is different. Yeah, and I'm very creative, so I'm jumping to different things. I'm kind of like Forrest Gump. I do jewelry for a while, then it's like, okay, that's enough doing jewelry. When I'm doing it, I'm like up all night doing it and really committed to that. But I really want to start my natural product line, but I'm just feeling like I'm stuck somewhere. But I have committed to things and did it, but I didn't really make it a business like I wanted to do. Didn't necessarily make money off of it, but I really enjoyed doing it.
Yes.
Okay, so any last thoughts there, Cheryl?
No.
Okay. Next slide. And another slide. Go again. Go again. And again. Okay. The fabric of our lives that we weave. Perceptions weave the fabric of our life experiences. It's great that it makes a pair of eyes. Next. We've talked about it a little bit as we're taking on new patterns, new perceptions, choosing what we want. And sometimes we have to put interrupts in there to bring us into the better the positive perceptions. And so I just like this because it, as we're looking at our day, looking at the reactions we've had with other people, BASK, behavior, effect, sensation, knowledge. What happened? What were the circumstances? That's our mental. What effect did this have on me? How did I feel? How do I still feel about it? The emotional. The S, the sensation. Where did you feel it in your body? How has it affected your health? The physical. And then the knowledge. What were the gifts of this experience? How are you stronger or more capable or more passionate as a result of this life path? The spiritual. Next slide. One more. So your perception is your reality. And our closing song tonight is one called Walk a Mile in My Shoes, because sometimes when there's discord, you just gotta step in the other person's shoes and look at it from their perspective. Are they really mad at me? The whole world's against me. Well, step over and be the world and look at it. No, they're not really against me. So anyway, so I also, before it starts, it's like, now your whole world, you see it around you, it's just a reflection, and the law of karma says you're going to reap just what you sow. Yes, you will. So unless you've lived a life of total perfection, you'd better be careful of every stone that you should throw. Yeah, and yet we spend the day throwing stones at one another because we don't think or wear my hair the same way you do. But anyway, I'll let the rest of it talk for itself. Y'all have a good night. Play the song.
Thank you, Nancy.
Yes. Uh-oh.
You get the words?
It's just the words.
You guys got the wrong part of the song.
Alan?
What?
Oh, there we go. I think it's set up for karaoke.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it, but it has no center channel vocals. It's like the vocals have been removed except for the chorus.
Oh.
Did you pull it up on YouTube or something and get just the song?
throw the Elvis version in. That one had some good pictures, though.
Yeah.
I see the lyrics. Once again, I watch hear vocals, but it's only when no. Oh, okay.
How about the web link that was in the email?
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, I just couldn't hear it. I know. That's weird.
Or it's in stereo and we have one speaker.
Yeah, it must be like a stereo thing. Because Alan can hear the voice.
It has one perception and we get another.
Huh.
It's playing in stereo and we're only hearing in one speaker. That's his life. And you can also listen to it with Elvis singing it in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The sound quality wasn't as
We're gonna
good.
get this music thing right one of these. We really are.
I think the track wasn't mono compatible or something.
Yeah.
Just 1 hour.
Yeah. Well,
So it's a lesson in perception too.
Yeah, for sure.
Try to draw some kind of parallel.
I was hearing it
So-
perfectly, and it's like everybody else will say, I can't hear it that way. And it's like, oh, okay, you're right. Tyler listened to it. He says, yeah, it's just
Yeah,
not
I
quite putting through.
hear the center channel vocals and Alan could because he had headphones. So
so we check it out. Whatever the song is for the evening, we check it out, listen to it, make sure that it can be heard by everyone. That's what you do to get it better. So
Yeah.
we need to do that. So, well, we have to demonstrate perception in every way, I guess.
That's right.
Sure.
Thanks for facilitating and being brave, Nancy. Really appreciate you doing
Yes.
that.
Thank you, Dassy.
Yeah.
Nancy.
It wouldn't be the same without you guys because that's where the content comes in.
Yeah.
Real life.
That's
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
right. All
True,
right.
too.
Have a
Thanks
good week,
everyone for
everybody.
attending.
Yes.
Thank you.
Night.
Night.
good night.
Great
Have a
to
good
see you
week.
guys. Hope
Yeah.
come next
Bye.
week.
Thanks, Nancy.
Now I got to figure out how to get out.